Okay. Was ranked. So I factor in both team starters. So like you see later on, like some teams have like a really good one tackle. The other tackle isn't the greatest, so that kind of hurts one tackle. So like some tackles were ranked a lot higher by themselves, but I'm just doing it together. So yeah, so at 32, I had the Commanders. Let's Canarius Lucas at left tackle and Landry Riley at right tackle. Those are right tackles, but like some of these guys ahead of him, I think have more potential or are better than them. And like Lucas is in his early, like I think he's like 32, 33. Wiley, he's in his late 20s. He's not that good anyway, either way. Like, those guys are great, but they're fine tackles. The Commanders did draft Brandon Coleman, I think, in the third or fourth round of this draft. So, kind of hoping he could be their starter next year. We'll see there. Then 31, I have the Chiefs. And then left tackle, I have listed Kingsley Sumamatau, and right tackle, Javon Taylor. Javon Sumamatau, I think he can't. I think he's eventually have a good career. I think he's just not going to have a good rookie year. Like, I wasn't super high on him going to the draft. He's a rookie, second round pick. I think he'll be fine, but I just don't think he'll be great right away. It's the thing I'm holding against him. Like their interior offensive line makes up for it because they got two really good guards and a really good center. So like that makes up for their tackle strong. It's just have a really good interior offensive line. So that's it for the Chiefs. So on 30, I had the Saints, and so left tackle they drafted Talisa Fuanga for the first round pick. Then right tackle they had Trevor Penning, our former first round pick. He's been terrible for them. So kind of hoping he develops and gets a little better, but I don't think Penning's gonna be good. And like Ryan, like if they have Ryan Ramczyk, every tackle Fed Penny, this tackle will be a lot higher because even Ramczyk's still a good tackle. It's just he's done for the year, which hurts them obviously. I think Fungus will be good as well. Just these rookie alignment do tend to struggle, so we'll see there. Then the Rams, like just barely ahead of them, was close. I left tackle Eric Jackson. He will be suspended the first two games, so he won't be back till at least week 3. Assuming injuries could happen, obviously. But yeah, he'll be out for a couple weeks, so they'll have a different guy there. But I hope that once he's back from suspension, he'll be their starter. Their right tackle got Rob Hammerstein. I, I Eric Jackson's fine tackle, but Hammerstein's main reason I put him over these guys behind them. Hammerstein is 30. It's 32 though. That's part of the reason I didn't put him even a little higher. So it could get a little worse. And he does have some injuries in the past, so it's good he stay healthy. I still think he's fine. Then 28, I had the Packers with Rashid Walker and a left tackle and Zach Tom at right tackle. Two young tackles playing together. They had a fine year last year. Just can they keep that up and have another good year? Packers are tend to be pretty good at developing the offensive linemen, so they probably will have a good year. But I just don't think they'll be greatest, and they don't think they have as much potential as some of the guys, some one of these guys and some of these duos do. So I have them ranked behind those guys. So in 27, I had the Titans with that left tackle. They had J.C. Latham, first round pick, 10 pick out Alabama. Then right tackle Nicholas Petit Frere. Like if you're doing like just right tackle rankings, Frere will be a few spots lower. Like Latham, I just think he'll be one of the top tackles in this class. Like and as a rookie, I think that's the reason his reason he's a little higher. It's Frere, he's not that good at a tackle. He's all right though. In 26, they had the Steelers of Troy Fitano and a left tackle and Roderick Jones at right. Two recent first round picks. I think Jones will get even better in their development. Fitano might struggle a bit, but I still think he's really fine. Just I just have Jones over the Titans. I have the Steelers over the Titans mainly because of Jones, just because I think Jones will have a better year than Latham, and I think Fitano and Frere will be kind of around the same. But they're really close either way. But and Ellie and I, we they at least the Steelers have two developmental tackles who you know can get better. Titans have one. Very kind of you hope he can get better. We kind of know what you have in him, and it's not great. At 25 of the Jaguars, with Cam Robinson and left and right at right tackle Anton Harrison go to second year from a first round pick out of Oklahoma in 23. So yeah, Robinson's He's fine, but he's not been great. He's like had an inconsistency. He's had a couple some injuries. Then Anton Harrison, I think he can develop and be good. It's just these tackle duos are just keep on getting a little bit better, and I think the guys I have at him are just a little better. Tigers are still fine. Like Robinson's fine left tackle, and then Harrison's good development, good guy right tackle that can get him a better, be a great right tackle. Maybe next year. So we'll see there. That's it for that slice. Now let's go 24 through 16. 24 Cowboys and Tyler Guyton and Terrence Steele. Guyton's rookie first round pick. Terrence Steele's been in the league for a while. Well, not super long, but it's not like super. He's not like first few years or anything. So yeah, Guyton's now a former rookie first round pick. I think he'll be fine. I just think he might struggle a bit. And then like Steele is like the main reason I have them ahead of the Jags is I think Steele is better than Robinson. But like you also got fact that it was a little closer because I was thought about like let's right tackles are usually less valuable than left tackles because most quarterbacks blind side is the left, so you like to have your best tackle on the left tackle versus the right. Is it many left-handed quarterbacks in this league? There's a couple, but not a lot. And 23 at the Patriots, Chukwuma Okafor, and Mike Gawanu. Mike Gawanu, he's a really good guard. He's still a good tackle, but I think he's better at guard. And he can play a lot of positions. He's still good either way. I just think that might hurt him a little bit. Then yeah, also have Chukwuma Okafor. He's a fine left tackle, but he's not great. Yeah, he just isn't. But I think he'll do better this year than Kaiton just because I think Diana might struggle as a rookie a little bit versus Okafor. You know what you have in him, and I think be a little better than Guyton just this year. I think Guyton will have a better career than Okafor just this year. I don't think he will. And then 22 of the Cardinals and Paris Johnson at left and Jonah Williams are right. So Jonah Williams is former first round pick 2019 by the Bengals. He's a fine right tackle, but he's not great. He's also some injuries too, which also doesn't help. Then at left tackle, Paris Johnson going to second year. He was first. He was I think he was like 6th overall in 23. So I think he'll be good. Just I think Williams is holding him down a little bit because Williams is a fine tackle, but I think he's probably going to deal with some injuries, and that kind of hurts it. At 20, I have the Bills with Deion Dawkins at left tackle and Spencer Brown at right. Then Dawkins he's a good obviously easily your best tackle at 22. He, like if, but and yeah, he's a pretty good tackle. And then right tackle, I have Spencer Brown. He's a fine tackle. Like he's a late round pick when years he got drafted. Let's see here. Um, so yeah, I'm not looking for what round he drafted, but no, he's a late round pick. He wasn't drafted super high. He wasn't like day one or anything. He was at best like late day three, which I think he might have been a third round pick, but I don't know for sure. Top of my head, but he's a good tackle. But you can do better than him. Dawkins is getting a little up there. He was drafted in 2017, so he's been around a while. In 19, I have the Raiders, Wes Colton Miller, and Thayer Munford. Oh, sorry. Stop by the Raiders. I skipped the Colts. Let's go back to the Colts. So the Colts 21, I had Bernard Raymond and Brandon Smith. It's really close between them and the Bills. I just kind of had the Bills just ahead of them just because I think left tackle. In fact, I value left tackles more than right tackle, but both Dawkins and Smith are both really good tackles. I just think since Dawkins is on the left, it helps him more. Raymond's also a good tackle, but I just think Spencer Brown and Raymond are around the same, but Raymond could be better this year. So yeah, sorry about that. I skipped the Colts for a second. So 19. Now 19. We have the Raiders with Colton Miller and Thayer Munford. Munford's another really good tackle. I'm just a little, and then him Dawkins. I think Miller's a little better than Dawkins, and then also I have Munford. But I think Munford develop and be better than Brown this year. I think they're a little close, but they're still good right tackles. So you're good there. So now at 18, let's go to the Panthers. You got Akim Aquano and Taylor Moton. Moton, you're perfect there. Like you've been your like stalwart there for years, and he's been great for you. They also got Akim Aquano, third year from our top 10 pick at tackle. So you're hoping that had a decent rookie year. He regressed a little bit last year, so he hope he can step up, potentially have a breakout year, and have a good year this year. We'll see, but I still think he should be fine tackle. At 17, I had the Bears with Braxton Jones and turned out right. Two recent high draft picks. Well, those guys have been good so far for them, but I think they can get even better and develop even more just because they're both really young. So Braxton Jones, 25, so he's not super young, but he's still pretty young. He was his 168th overall pick in 22, so it's going to his third year, so he gave him better. But so yeah, they had pretty good pick. They turned out right. He was a 10th overall pick in 23, going into second year. So yeah, I think those guys can get better. It should be great for them. And 16, I had the Seahawks with Charles Cross and Abraham Lucas. Another Bears and Seahawks are kind of the same because Seahawks they got those two tackles in the same draft. But Cross was a top 10 pick. Lucas was a later round pick. Jones was a fifth or sixth rounder, I think, from one of those two. I can't tell what exact pick was, like what round that would be because it count picks. So it gets a little confusing with that. And then Darnell Wright was a top 10 pick in his draft. So like, but I think Truss and Lucas have that extra development, which I think will help them because they've been in the league. Both of them have been in the league for 3 years. Just Rice going into second year. Jones has been in the league for his third year. So I think that helps. Those guys are really close. Those two teams have a really good tackle duo for the future, I think. So yeah. So yeah, that's it for this slide. Now let's go to the next one. We got 15 through 6. At 15 for the Falcons, I have Jake Matthews at left and Kalen McGarry at right. Matthews is a good tackle. He's been staying out there for them. He's been there a long time. McGarry is a fine tackle, but I don't think he was really worth the first round pick he got drafted in, but he's still a good tackle for them. Yeah. And then 14, I had Ravens with Ryan Stanley and Patrick McCarry. They also used a second round pick on a tackle, but I went off of what who they had listed as their starters. I think it's to be a battle. And McCarry on their depth chart as their starting right tackle. McCarry's also a good backup tackle. But in fact, Ryan Stanley's a really good tackle and healthy. Problem is, he's like never been healthy since he signed a big contract extension a few years ago with the Ravens. So can he stay healthy? Which factored out the rankings, and also McCarry's just not a great starter. Like if McCarry's your backup tackle, that's a lot better than him as your starter, I think. Then 13 I had the Broncos and Garrett Bowles and Mike Glinchey. Like really the only reason I have them ahead of the Ravens is because I think both Bowles and McGlinchey are better than McCarry, and I also factored in Stanley's injury stuff. They have Bowles and Glinchey. They're both good. They're good, like these. They're good tackles. Glinchey struggled a little bit first year with the Broncos after leaving the Niners, but he gave him another year to learn the system with John Payton. That should help him get build chemistry. And then Garrett Bowles, he's another good tackle. He is in his 30s though. He was only drafted in 2017, but I think he was like 24, 25 when he was originally drafted. He was a pretty old rookie at the time. So he is pretty old, but he's still a good tackle for them. Then at 12, I had the Browns with Jedrick Wills and Jack Conklin. They're a good take. Like at this point, all these tackle duos are good. But like Wills and Conklin, they're both good tackles. Problem is, can they stay healthy? Because last year, both of them went out with season injuries at some point, so the Browns didn't have either of them. They did fine. Like the Browns have good tackle depth, and that helps them. But yeah, so like if those guys can stay healthy, they might be a little higher. It's just can they stay healthy? And then ahead of them, you know what? I'm skipping. I don't know. Just say that I don't do a little change here. I changed my mind now. I thought about it some more. I'm doing the Dolphins. So I know switch around, but I know the Dolphins with Laramie, Taron Armstead, and Austin Jackson at 11, with the Texans at 10 with Laramie Tunsil, Tyus Howard. So yeah. So let's talk about Dolphins at 11 now. Sorry about that. I just changed my mind. So yeah, they get Tron Armstead and Austin Jackson. Armstead's a good tackle. When healthy. He's another guy though. That's not he hasn't been healthy, fully healthy for a full season since he left the Saints. But so can he stay healthy? And Austin Jackson, he's a fine right tackle. Like you're perfectly fine with him. Like, you gave him a decent contract not too long ago, but he could do better. But maybe he develops a low market. He's still relatively young. Then at 10, I have the Texans with Laramie Tunsil and Titus Howard. So yeah, Tunsil, he's a great left tackle. He's really good. Like he's a great blindside protector for CJ Stroud. And right tackle, I had Titus Howard. He's fine. He's done better. He's like his last couple of years after he struggled his first few. But he also has some injuries. Can he stay healthy? But he's still a good tackle. I think he's a little better than Jackson. I think him and Jackson are around the same. Just with Tunsil not having the injury concerns that Armstead has, I'm putting Tunsil a little higher than him. And number 9, I have the Jets with Tyron Smith and Marvin Moses. Like I think Tunsil's better than Smith, but Moses is better, and like Smith's around the same as Armstead. But Moses is better. I think is better than both Howard and Jackson, which helps. Yeah. So at 9, yeah, left tackle you got Tyron Smith. He's still a really good tackle. Problem is, he's another guy that's never been healthy these last couple of years. Like the last year he was fully healthy, he was really good. Just can he stay healthy? He's also getting older. Moses had a really good year last year, but the Ravens. So he should be good again. Like it seems like he's just getting better as he's getting older. So we'll see. And then behind, if they when Smith doesn't get injured, because we all know Smith's only missed at least a couple games this year. They drafted Oli Fushanu. When a lot of these teams, if you draft a tackle and you're like top 10, round, like 11th overall pick, you're only starting. You got like Fushanu, extra year development without starting is really good. So they do got a good tackle that can step in for either of those guys if they get injured, which most do. I'm not really factoring in a ton. I'm just saying that does help to have a guy like that behind them. At 8, I have the Bengals with Orlando Brown and the Browns. They aren't related, but they have the same last name. You have Orlando Brown and Trent Brown. Orlando Brown's he's pretty good tackle. He's been a little consistent with the Bengals, but he's still a good tackle. But then you have Trent Brown, another tackle that's dealt with a lot of dealt with a lot of injuries. I just think he's a little better than Moses, and like I think Lorna Brown can consistently stay healthy, which helps him beat over Tyron Smith. But it's close between them, and the Jets. Like both these teams have good tackle duos. Just can they stay healthy? And the Bengals also, if Trent Brown does get injured, they drafted Amarius Mims in the first round. So they're another team with a good backup tackle plan for the future. That's 7. I have the Giants with Andrew Thomas at left and then Jermaine Olafore at right. Like the main reason they're this high is because of Andrew Thomas. It's Andrew Thomas because he's a great left tackle. One of the best in the league. He's really really good. Like Olafore is a decent tackle, but he would not be anywhere near top this high in the list if it was just right tackle rankings because he's not nowhere near he's not a top 10 right tackle. Trust me, not on 7. He's still a good tackle. So like Thomas and now Trent Williams at 6 from the Niners are carrying their tackle duo because like the right tackles aren't the greatest. Say from the Niners, you got Trent Williams and Colton McKivitz. Trent Williams, future Hall of Fame tackle, one of the best of all time. Like he's really, really good still, even in his late 30s. He's really good. We'll see if he does climb a bit. He's looking for a new contract, so I don't think he's gonna hold out for week 1. We don't see that a ton, but it might happen. Then right tackle, you got Colton McKivitz. He did good. He did good. Replaced Mike McGlinchey for him last year. And then McKivitz is a fine tackle, but he's another guy getting carried by their team's left tackle. So yeah. Then let's go to the top 5. I have I've been a little with the surprise one. Like at 5, I have the Chargers with O'Shawn Slater and Joe Alt. Like Sean Slater, he's a really good left tackle for them. And I think Joel might have a little bit of struggles, but I think he's gonna be. I still think he's on a good rookie year. There's the guy like Harbaugh coaching him that should help him. I think Joel's gonna be great. It seems like one of those guys is gonna be great, potentially future Hall of Fame tackle when his career is up. And at four, I had the Buccaneers with Tristan Wirfs and Luke Gadecki. Tristan Wirfs is another really, really good tackle. Luke Gadecki. Now, last year when he finally moved to tackle, which was his like what he kind of got drafted at college for, did a lot better. I think he's only even better this year. Which so yeah, and I just think Wirfs is better than Slater, and Slater has dealt with some injuries, which I think hurts him a little bit. And Wirfs barely has dealt with any injuries over his career so far, so I think that helps him. That three at the Vikings, Christian Darrisaw and Brian O'Neill. This tackle duo is carrying this offensive line because their guards and centers are terrible. Like they're not very good at the tier, but they're great at tackles. So yeah, you got Christian Darrisaw. He's going to his now fourth year. He got that huge payday. He's really, really good. His potential to be to be a top left tackle in the league. He's just that good. Now I talk about Brian O'Neill. He had a little bit of a down year last year, but I still think he'll have another. He should. I think he'll have another good year this year. I think he'll bounce back and be to his main level and be really good. And yeah, like those two are really good tackle duo. Number two at Eagles with Jordan Malita and Lane Johnson. Like it was really close between them, and the Lions are number one. But I think part of the reason I put the Eagles at two is just because I think Lane Johnson is getting to that point where it's only a matter of time before one of those guys before he declines a little bit. But yeah, I still think Lane Johnson will be a really good tackle. Okay, he is another future Hall of Famer. Not tackle, you got Jordan Malita. He's a really, really good tackle as well. Like, yeah, they're probably they don't need them to help this defensive line. They got a lot of young players on the interior. Like these two guys and then Dickerson are really good. Then you got some questions at center and right guard with Kelsey now retired. Yeah, I still think these guys are really good. Number one, I have the Lions with Taylor Decker and Penny Sewell. Decker, he's pretty good left tackle, but he's not nearly as good as Penny Sewell. Penny Sewell is really, really good. He's another guy from 2021 draft. Like three of these tackle duels, like part of their tackle duels, were from the 21 draft. And Rashawn Slater, Darius Saw, and Sewell. And all of them are really, really good. So yeah. Penny Sewell, he's really, really good. Couldn't even get better because he's still really young because he's only drafted as a 20-year-old. Just think that in your mind, you could be getting a little better if he can. If he could get better because he's just that good. It's not something he can get better at. Decker, yeah, he's really good. Like he's one of the guys from the Lions' old regime that's been on the Lions for a long time. He's been the Lions his whole career, even with all the bad years. And now it's paying off for him. Now they have a good team around him. They're trying to compete. But yeah, like these top five tackle duos are all pretty good. So yeah. Guys, thanks for watching. Hope you have a good night.